Okay, first I'm going to give you your item analysis for your benchmarks. Okay, Shalady? Thank you. Yeah. Richard.
I'm a third grade teacher, and we are working this week with my grade level team and partner around the latest data that the district has issued for us, a benchmark, a reading benchmark.
Thing to consider was when we gave the first benchmark, that's when we stopped them at the end of every story.
At World of Inquiry School, we've made data a priority. We have specialists with roles whose job it is to gather, coordinate the data, share it with us at grade level meetings, and we're given a forum to discuss it openly with a group of colleagues.
Okay, 29 for Richie, 30 for Shalady.
Before coming to the meeting, I've already analyzed and spent time with the data.
First, why don't we do this? Take your time to kind of digest your data, okay? So I'll give you like a few minutes for that.
One of my goals was to get the teachers to focus on specific standards that I was aware that they needed to spend some time on.
I heard you say author's purpose, huge, okay? So that's one of them. Inferring, correct? And then under that should be context clues. Mm-hmm. And as you can see, we have a lot of twos right here as well. Okay.
One thing that stood out to me that I know I talked about in the grade level is how poorly the kids did on a context clue question.
How much we do that? And so now I want to go back and look at those questions because it's really bothering me.
So most kids picked copy, which is true. Trace can mean copy, but not in her fingertips trace along the wall.
I know these are things that they have a lot of practice with, and I know that we've built some great strategy for them.
To think more on this.
Okay. And one of the things I used to do was, in the passage, I have them underline the sentence before.
Sandra mentioned having them underline the sentence in which they found it and the one before and after that, which is not normally what I have them do, so I'm going to just try that.
And see if they could pick out the word meaning.
And you know
so
what else
constantly
is-
the sentence.
The test data was pretty much indicative of where I thought the students would be performance-wise. And now I know instructionally, by looking at the item analysis, that we have to work on context clues and some author's purpose questions.
Okay, so now we're on look at individual students' results. What stands out to you? We'll say 70 is the cutoff. So,
Percent.
yep.
Jayla and Michael surprised me that they're struggling that much, but I know that they struggle with higher level thinking.
Shariana's moved up. Dylan's still my highest intervention, but he's making really great gains. He has 74 sight words now.
For students who I'm seeing a big discrepancy, or if they're performing below grade level in general, I'd make it a point to make sure I see them daily in a small group or individually based on what I see their needs are.
Now let's go to the data wall here because this is the next thing we need to do. I really want you to focus on where your kids fell on the benchmark and where they were in September. Blue is above grade level. Green is at
The great thing that comes out of looking at this data wall at these grade level meetings is the discussion, the rich discussion, seeing where, as a whole, grade level, where these students fall.
Carolyn, most of your kids here were really the kids that were in the twos.
So from our meeting on Tuesday, we talked about what we found out by looking at your baselines. We graphed the data between your first baseline and your second one to see how you did. And remember that one of the many things I love about our school is just how we all have a common focus around data and looking at how students perform and using that to help us be better teachers.
And that's referring to the text details. So obviously this person understood the story, but maybe
As a classroom teacher, if it were up to me to put the data together myself and look through it on my own time, I don't know that I would be as effective because it's just one more thing to do, and although it's very beneficial, we know that it's hard to find time.
This is all my data, because I like to have it to look at to tell you exactly what we found out. It just really not only helps us work better as a staff team, but it helps us work better as individual teachers and grade levels to just best meet our students' needs. So the recipe, we had two problem areas, this question and this question.